Hello everybody and welcome to the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational. It's good to be back. Came back from BlizzCon, had a wonderful time. Got to see a lot of people that I've known for a long time, some casters, some players, and some friends. So it's good to be back casting tonight, and we're coming in part way on this one. So we're gonna see if we can't get a replay for game number one. Game number one, spoiler alert, because, you know, we got other games to go to here, but spoiler alert, Nexus Cats bringing home the W on Battlefield of Eternity, getting their first point of the season. This is our last match, so they needed to get that win here. So congratulations to them on securing that W. We're now getting set up and ready to go here for Tomb of the Spider Queen. So let's take a quick look at where we stand right now. Where we stand right now, and we'll be getting ready. The teams are both in the game. They're just having some difficulties with Discord. I know that Discord was having some challenges for us when we were raiding earlier. It like kicked everybody out and we had to restart it and make it work. So yeah, so they may be having some of that issue, so we'll just have to see. But the XGDI is nearing the end of its season. This is actually the last week of the regular season. Playoffs start next week. And so, you know, we saw earlier there let's take a look here again. This is the one division. Fallen Angel, I believe is what it's called. Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. Let's take a look. There we go. Thanks for the reminder. Apparently I had my stuff on mute, so you guys missed all of that wonderful thing. I'll have to go through and double check, make sure that I'm not muted on the rest of them. Awkward. That's what happens when you use the same overlays and everything to do a point of view stream, and you mute your stuff so that people can't actually, you know, see you do those things. So I'll have to go through and make sure that I update that on all of the different scenes here. Man, that's a lot that I just said that didn't get caught. That's unfortunate. Anyways, we're gonna see Johanna coming out, and you missed it. I did say like that Jaina would be a ban, but instead of banning the Jaina, they took the Jaina. That is an equally acceptable circumstance. And along with Cowboy Kyle, bringing in the Leoric. And Leoric on this map can clear lanes pretty quickly, pop back and forth between those, get some double soak going on. So has pretty good wave clear, especially with that Jaina in the 4-man. Excuse me, I'm going to mute for a second. I have to cough. There we go. All right, and then the Oriole Gul'dan coming out, a classic pairing. Oriole has loads of value on this map. Going to be able to knock those heroes into the walls that are very close together here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Gul'dan going to be able to, I don't want to say counter, but he's going to be able to provide a very significant amount of wave clear to keep his team in line with that Jaina wave clear. So Vala going to be the ban. Another solid pick for Oriole. So, you know, obviously they already have the Gul'dan, but Vala would provide still even more value. And the last ban here. So looking for a tank maybe? Oh no, they're going to go with the Raynor. Raynor coupled with Jaina does a lot of value, making use of that ace in the hole. All right, so I could see an ETC here would be really strong, coupled with the Jaina and Leoric. You know, the Garrosh could still be a pick on the tank side of things. Going taunt into a ring, but it is going to be the ETC and Stukov coming out for lead. And the Stukov, so there's no cleanse now on either side, although Oriole does have Crystal Aegis, not really, and lock him down, stand in a EDC or something like that, mosh pit. So there's no cleanse, but I do like this. The ETC mosh, the Leoric and Tomb, Stukov silence. I mean, this is a combo for the ages. And we're gonna see the rounded out comp with a Rexar and Sylvanas. So a lot of push potential coming out here from the Nexus Cats. And if they can turn in and get that Web Weaver phase going, they'll be able to get a lot of value. And the last hero is going to be Tychus. So Tychus is an interesting pick into this team. They have a lot of lower health heroes with the Oriole, the Gul'dan, the Sylvanas. I expect that we're going to see maybe in the Rhythm taken and Be Fresh looking to just chain cast, getting those quest stacks on the Misha. Maybe? Because that's really the only target that Tychus can safely quote-unquote attack is Misha. He's not going to really want to just sit on Johanna. Johanna's just going to blind him. Now, when he gets the Odin upgrade, if he takes Odin, which he might not, he might take Laser Drill. Laser Drill on this map, again, the walls are, the corridors are narrow, so you can use Laser Drill to block. And it is going to do a fair amount of damage to those heroes. So, you know, Sylvanas, Oriole, and Gul'dan with a Laser Drill on them, chaining away, could be a problem. But here we go, getting into game number 2 for the Nexus Cats and Zul'jin Distillery. why don't we go ahead and get our teams introduced for you. On the left, we've got Zul'jin Distillery, D-Wit playing ETC, ankle shot on the Jaina, led on Stukov, Cowboy Kyle, the Dead Man walking on Leoric, and Tychus gonna be run by B-Fresh in the summer attire. Somebody tell Tychus it's cold up here in the Northeast. And on the right, Nexus Cats coming off their hot win on Battlefield of Eternity. We've got Arthanau playing Gul'dan. Ignore what I put on the thing, because I think I put Arthanau on Sylvanas. Mark Zombie's actually on Sylvanas. Ariel going to be played by Lulu. Turd Herder on Johanna. And in the bot lane, Shadowguard on Rexxar. Take a look at these talents. What do we got? We got the Prog Rock and Fingers of Frost, so all kinds of gem talents. Gems. Globe talents for the Zul'jin Distillery. We also have that Echoed Corruption and Shadow Dagger quest, but Turd Herder getting just demolished there. And the first blood, 35 seconds into the game, gonna be on the Johanna. So Johanna taking Laws of Hope. The Flare coming out from Rexxar, gonna give him that extra vision to protect him from rotations in the bot lane while he's dealing with Leoric. Now, Leoric, this is going to be an interesting matchup. This is definitely a skill matchup because Leoric and Rexxar, especially with Rexxar not taking the wave clear talent, probably are fairly evenly matched as far as their wave clear until level 4, I think. But really, from a player versus player standpoint, you've got Leoric who's just going to life drain off of Misha if he can get that life drain to stick. And if Shadowguard can micro Misha well enough to avoid that, then I think he's got I think he might have the advantage there. But there's that life drain, you see. He pulls her back so he doesn't get too much. We also do have the Spine Launcher coming out from the Stukov, giving him that additional range, as well as the 20% slow on attacks. But Ankle Shot getting pulled in by the Condemn, ETC Power sliding in. Silence coming out from Stukov. Nobody falling in this engagement, but D-Wit getting very close as Led making use of that bio kill switch to keep him alive. Now this time ETC going back in onto Turd Herder. Turd Herder getting blocked, and that's going to be a second kill onto Johanna. Arthanau also going to fall on the Gul'dan. 2-for-0 trade so far here. 3 kills in favor of the Zul'jin Distillery. And in the bot lane here, you can see once again, Misha getting drained, losing a lot of health, and a little bit more than that Mend Pet is going to provide. But Zul'jin Distillery here coming in strong after their loss and looking to make up those points. They need these points to make sure that they can avoid that 3-way tie. And depending ultimately on who won, how those matches turned out, they could go from the what's showing as 3rd seed to not even be in the playoffs, depending on how those games go. Gonna get some gems turned in. 32 so far turned in for Zul'jin Distillery as they took advantage of the kills that they had earlier to do so. And 6 for the Nexus Cats. They did lose a fair bit, I think, on the Johanna earlier there. D-Wit turning in 9 more, 41, so just about enough here, and that allows them to get up to the 50. So Nexus Cats need to watch the turn in here. B-Fresh turning in most of what's needed. Quick flashlight check from Turd Herder, making sure to stall out. Now Rexxar here has 17, but he's going to get stopped by D-Wit. Now Cowboy Kyle coming in with the body blocks. We got the rotation from Ankle Shot as well. Shadowguard is in a lot of danger here and is going to fall. Many of those gems were picked up by Mark Zombie, but it looks like he's going to go down as well, getting slowed and just not able to get away from that team. Spine Launcher doing a lot of value there, keeping the Sylvanas from getting away. Level 7's coming up in just a moment, and it is in the rhythm, so I expect to see those stacks going absolutely bonkers as this match goes on. And with the Web Weavers coming up for Zul'jin Distillery here, they're going to pick up the bottom camp. Not a lot that the Nexus Cats can do about it, as they're electing to start by clearing up in the top lane. try to get this Web Weaver down as quickly as possible so they can move mid and then bot. And they do have some pretty decent clear between Gul'dan and Sylvanas to get this down. But I still would expect, with as much of a push as we've got in the bot lane, that this fort has got to be just dead. I don't think there's anything that they can do about it. And Shadowguard might very well just fall here. He does get the stun from Misha onto DeWitt, but again, with that Tychus just getting that minigun damage, percent damage, it doesn't matter how much health you have. It melts pretty quickly. Mark Zombie making use of the tower, but it's gone. And we see Cowboy Kyle wraith walking in, but was that a haunting wave over the wall? Right into 3 of Zul'jin Distillery. So quick kill onto the Sylvanas there. Turnherder in a little bit of danger here. Pops the Iron Skin, does manage to get out of there just barely enough health. And now what went from a fort alone has turned into keep wall. The Web Weaver is down, and that's a huge push coming in from Zul'jin Distillery. That's going to be dangerous for the Nexus Cats, as they are level 7. But level 10 is just around the corner for Zul'jin Distillery. They've got half a level to go, and they've got pretty decent pressure in that bot lane. Nexus Cats still short on their turn-in. They've got a total of 41, but they've only turned in 6 so far. The majority of those gems currently sitting on Turnherder. And with that in mind, about half of the gems required turned in now for Zul'jin Distillery. Also about half for Nexus Cats. And we've got Rexar in the bot lane playing it safe. Knows full well that with level 10 here, he's got to be careful. Although Zul'jin Distillery is coming in looking for that mosh pit, perhaps. Maybe a little bit of mosh pit Entomb Ring of Frost combo. And the Cats have to be really, really safe here, because if anybody goes too far forward, they can just die. One quick CC out of an ETC, possibly an Entomb into that, or a Ring of Frost. And in the duration of those CCs, those health bars are going to drop. And I think that Zul'jin Distillery needs to be a little bit more aggressive than they are. I mean, they're getting gems, they're turning them in. But I think that they could have started by pushing in one of these forts. And it's giving the Nexus Cats the opportunity to catch up and soak. They're now about a half a level away from level 10 and their own heroics. Speaking of heroics, we did get the Odin, along with Mosh Pit, Ring of Frost and Tomb, and the massive shove. So level 10s should be coming online about the time the Web Weavers get here for the Nexus Cats. So we'll see if their level 10s can allow them a little bit more breathing room. And the level 10, no use of that level 10 advantage from Zul'jin Distillery. Really just to make sure that they got the Web Weavers. Alright, here they come. DeWitt going in a little bit far. The rest of his team wasn't quite in a position to help. But the Nexus Cats are pretty split as well. Misha's going in. We do have the Unleash the Boars here for Nexus Cats. It looks like they're pulling back. Misha is going to fall. ETC gets the Mosh onto Johanna, but the Horrify pulling him back. Do they get the kill? Not quite onto DeWitt. Cowboy Kyle does go down? Does indeed. So the first kill here for the Nexus Cats, but Gul'dan will fall in trade. And now the Web Weaver in the bot lane, which is still about half health, is on this keep. And if they don't get down here quickly, that likely will kill it, especially with the catapult behind it. Zul'jin Distillery now working on the mid lane, getting the same value there. Getting this well down is going to provide a huge boost to them should they come in for the Merc camp. But there's Turnherder coming from behind, did get the power slide. But, oh, the Crystal Age is keeping Turd alive for just a moment, but not quite long enough. Loads of damage coming out here from the Zul'jin Distillery, and we see this keep has 187 health. Has almost nothing. But let's check in here. We're going into this boss play. With the Johanna down, this is a quick burn. Level 13's available. There's not a whole lot that Nexus Cats can do. They do have Horrify now, but if they try to go onto this, down a talent tier, down their tank, ultimately, and spread out, they're just going to die. So they do wait. Nexus Cats have enough for turn-in, and they do get the turn-in, so that's going to help them defend this boss that's coming into this top keep. But that's basically just a free clear for Zul'jin Distillery. They'll be able to clear up the web weavers pretty easily, and I don't expect them to have to deal with any structure damage on this. Let's see. So boss is going to get part of the wall down, and again, middle's going to get taken out first here. Bot lane shortly thereafter. In fact, Stukov just says, you don't need me. That top web weaver does have a lot of health, but it loses health over time, so it doesn't even really matter. What we could see is a rotation down into the bot lane and see if they could maybe snag this Leoric. But Leoric can be difficult to gank, so instead they're going to rotate up. They don't have level 13s. Rexar is back. ETC is holding this bush, so he at least has the knowledge that they're nearby. And Leoric split out, but he is relatively safe in obscurity there. There's the Entomb onto the Rexar. Getting the Ring of Frost onto 2 as well. The Horrify coming out. Crystal Age is used to save Rexar, but Leoric on the hunt, trying to finish the job, gets stunned, and the big save out of... Never mind. The pull onto the camp succeeds, and that's going to be Gul'dan and Ariel falling as well. And no deaths as yet for Zul'jin Distillery. This keep goes down in a moment. Bottom keep is already down. Death timers are still fairly short. So we'll see here if they pull away. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They're going to go ahead and pull away. They've got 45 gems now. I kind of expect them to come down and rip this camp real fast. Then they can probably get the other 2 camps. Bot camp, left camp. And the gems are pretty far out, though. They don't really have the ability to get another Webweaver phase just at the moment. And so instead, now that they've got 16s, they're going to go ahead and push in. They've got the spell armor. And Nexus... Never mind, they're not going to push in. They're going to clear up top lane, gather some more gems. Make use of the Bruiser camp as a distraction so that they can get a little bit more structure damage up in the top lane. And these lanes are incredibly pushed, so if they do get the opportunity to get a Webweaver turn-in, it's all but game for Nexus Cats. Because all 3 of those Webweavers will be right at the core. And we can see here, Gul'dan and Rexar trying to clear up these catapults, clearing out the Bruiser camp that was there just a moment ago. Check it out, 16 to 14 here. We're going to see the pushback a little bit from Nexus Cats. And ultimately saving their keep, but it's still at half health. And a wave of minions is coming in. All of the ultimates are online except for Mosh Pit, which is coming soon. So expect to see DeWitt now looking for that Mosh. And there's the Odin calling for this keep, looking for it. You see ETC coming around the side, trying to catch on to the Misha, but getting stunned out of it. Leoric getting the Entomb onto the Gul'dan here. And the Wailing Arrow stopping and killing off the Misha. But there's that Mosh Pit Horrify coming out almost immediately, and he goes down. Ring of Frost coming out only hits the Sylvanas. But Tyka's doing some work in the back line. 1 for 1 so far here as Turd Herder going in, the Unstoppable used by Leoric to get away from that Condemn. And Zul'jin Distillery pulling back. They have 51 gems, so not quite enough for a full turn-in, but close. Lots of clear having to take place for the Nexus Cats, so this should be pretty much free for the 51 gems. Getting Zul'jin Distillery a little bit closer. Now 50 available here for the Cats. And once they clear up these lanes, they will have enough, and they do now. So with these camps being picked up, they're going to need to clear these out. 18 to 15. Want to see Nexus Cats get that 16, and then they got to find a fight, and they got to win it. and then they got to turn in, and then they got to get some structure damage, because right now they got a pretty steep path ahead of them, and Tyke isn't going to be able to stall this out pretty easily here. Unleash the Boars coming out. We do have the Entomb onto 2. Rexar very deep in there, getting power slid by ETC. Mark Zombie gets the Crystal Aegis. And DeWitt getting really low here, is potentially going to fall, but the Stukov keeping him alive. Instead, it's going to be Rexar falling, followed by Johanna. And there goes the Leoric finally falling. Ankle shot 2 now going out. 2 for 2, make it 3 for 2 as Sylvanas also dying. Lulu and Arthanau, the only defense, and make that just Arthanau as the Bruiser Camp making its way to the core. And I don't think there's any way that Gul'dan finishes this entire push by himself. And it looks like Arthanau agrees, popping off those B steps. Stukov giving him the shove. We see the GGs coming out as Zul'jin Distillery pushing onto the core. And they're going to tie up our series 1-1 in this best of 3. All right, let's take a look at our stats. Alright, so let's see. Game sounds there. Mike is here over here. Let's take a look at maps. Alright, maps. We'll find out where we're going for game number 3 here soon. But before then, why don't we take a look at standings? Yes, the standings. There you go. No voice on what? I turned it on. Oh, it was on the stats page, that's why. There we go. Figures. Alright. Let's see if we can get Rec in here. Do. Find him on there. Invite to game. Psychic, you there? Oh, he's not answering yet. Well, shoot. Try this again. All right, game number 3 is going to be on Alterac Pass. Alterac Pass. Looks like this one was picked by the Nexus Cats. Are you there, Rec? No, he's not. Let's see if I can get him in a caster lobby, maybe. Let's go over here. See if that works. Discord's been having a few problems today. There we go.
Hello?
There you are.
That would be me.
All right. Do you want to see if we can set up a call? I don't
Yeah,
know if
we
you
can
were.
try that.
Let's try it real quick here.
Okay, let's try.
Doesn't seem to want to work.
Okay, that's really weird.
There we go.
I'm like not getting notified of it. That's really strange.
Okay.
So
Well, fair enough.
Okay.
Let's see here. Is that? I have to turn on the. Are you turning on your camera?
Oh, let me turn on my camera so everyone can see my beautiful face. Oh, hello everyone. Hold on, let me back up. I forgot how close this was.
There we go.
There
Welcome,
we go.
Repsychic.
Hi.
And oh, you're not Arya. Let me change your name, shall we?
Yeah, I don't think I am.
All right. All right, then we are ready.
Cool. I like being ready.
All right. So, did you watch that second game?
I did watch that second game, kinda. I mean, I shouldn't say I watched it. I had it up in the background while I was doing other things. But, no, I had that up. I saw the draft. Actually, it's funny. I kind of preferred Nexus Cats' draft, but in the end, it was Zildjian Distillery that won it. I mean, draft doesn't necessarily you make or break the game, but you know, ultimately the play is what matters. And as you can see, as evidenced, Zildjian Distillery won that. So good for them.
Yeah, it was a really strong play. They did a really good job with their combos of, you know, being aggressive for much of the game, making use of the ETC stuns, making use of the Tychus. I was actually surprised. I was thinking that Tychus would be less of an issue than he ended up turning out to be.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing with the Johanna blind, and also just the real, like, there weren't massive health pools that I can remember from Nexus Cats, so I thought the Tychus pick was a little strange, but it worked.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mentioned it in the stream too, but like percent damage is percent damage. It's just additional damage, so it doesn't matter if you have, you know, 3k health or 6k health.
Damage is damage is damage.
You're still going down.
Yeah.
So we are continuing with the same bans we had last round with the Mal'Ganis and Varian in the same slots. We also saw in this round the Anduin and the Kael'thas, so we'll see if this continues on with ban number 4.
I'm excited.
So this is, you know, Rek, this is the first win for Nexus Cats in the Zildjian Distillery.
Awesome. Good for them. Very good. I'm so happy for them now.
So, you know, they're really looking for this second win, and they are going to ban out the ETC, and that doesn't surprise me based on that last game.
No, not really. If it works for Zildjian Distillery, get rid of it.
But that does leave up the Johanna, but instead they're going to take the Jaina first.
Hey man, if you want to, you know what's really good on Alterac Pass? Wave clear. Why not just get that right out of the way? And Jaina's a good all-around hero, so I don't hate it as a first pick. You know, you're not really showing much other than, hey, I like to clear waves.
Yep, and do pretty significant burst damage. But you know who's still up, and this is also an amazing map for? Sylvanas.
Uh-oh, that's very true. All jokes aside, because...
I was gonna say also Arthas, but I was like, they wouldn't take Sylvanas and Arthas, probably.
Hey man,
but they might.
They might. They just might. And I'm worried that there will be a Sylvanas. I really am. I think Arthanal was on it last game, but this game he opted for Raynor. Although there are the old switcheroos of roles. That is a thing.
Yeah, and they actually did switch. So it was Arthanal on the Gul'dan, I believe. Mark Zombie was on the Sylvanas.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Because I was way wrong. You're right.
Well, you weren't. You were wrong like I was wrong, because I actually posted the teams as
Oh, okay.
So yeah. But
I think I heard the intro.
Yeah, so similar team comp here so far for Zildjian and Distillery, although they are swapping the Leoric for Rexar. Strong solo laner, and they are going to ban out the Johanna. So heavy focus on the tanks. And tanks are, they're kind of the core of your team, right? They're your playmakers, they're your opening CC in many ways. They often have the biggest defenses, which makes it so that it's, oftentimes hard to kill them. So focusing the tanks, there's also a limited number of them. I think there's like 14 or 16, something like that. No,
I think it's less than 16. I think it's about 14.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that they're going to take something wacky, maybe a Stitches. I'm actually thinking it might be a Stitches pick. Because, if you're holding your tank for that long, it's probably something a little off meta.
Maybe. I don't know that it would be a Stitches.
I think it's a Stitches.
I think you could see a Garrosh here with the Misha stun. I think you could also see a Blaze.
Oh, that's a really good point, because Misha can be the initiator and then Garrosh goes in. Yeah, I know. I like that. I like that a lot. But I think it's a Stitches.
Stitches would also work in a similar fashion. Stitches does get value here. So he could, do that hook over the wall. But
okay,
it's
Garrosh. You're right. I can't show my face. Oh, I can't show my face.
Hey, Rek.
Yeah.
We should add that to the soundboard.
Oh, no.
You were right. Oh, that would just be perfect. Wouldn't it, though?
It would be. It would be pretty good.
I think I would chain cast that on BlizzCon next year. I just everywhere I go, it would be, oh no, and you were right.
Oh no. Oh no. You were right. Oh, please show me Water Dragon. I'm gonna be so angry if it isn't Water Dragon. Please.
It's not gonna be Water Dragon.
No, that's not what I want to hear.
Actually, you know what? It might be. There are a lot of ways that Zildjian Distillery can interrupt cups.
Yeah, there are actually. Just between Stukov and Garrosh alone, that's like what, 3? Four actually.
And the entire team of the Nexus Cats have self-sustain. Kael'thas less so with he's got that shield. So
well, yeah. Unless he opts instead for Felon Fusion.
Well, okay, fair enough. I guess that's technically true.
Point is,
it's not going to happen, but yeah.
No.
But Water Dragon could be significant value. That extra slow would enable Arthas Roots. It would enable Kael'thas Gravity Lapse. It would enable Leoric Entombs. It would give Raynor additional damage and Ace in the hole. I actually like that.
Yeah, dude, I want it. I want it so bad, like real bad.
And depending on what build Lily takes. There are a fair number of slows, so Garrosh hates the slows.
Yeah.
And we could see a blinding wind build to help with the Tychus damage, but also that would allow for additional slows onto Garrosh at level 13. Absolutely. If they go that route. So, all right. Why don't you go ahead and introduce the Nexus Cats?
Nexus Cats? Sure. All right, for Nexus Cats, it's going to be Arthanal playing Raynor, Shadow Guard is going to be on Leoric, Mark Zombie will be playing Kael'thas, Turd Herder is playing Arthas, and Lulu on Lili.
It almost feels like it's made for that, right? On the Zildjian Distillery, we've got B-Fresh on Tychus, Lead on Stukov, Ankle Shot on Jaina. Feel like I said all those names recently. Also, D-Wit on Garrosh and Cowboy Kyle on the Rexar.
Cool.
All right, so taking a look here, we do have, right now, the only real stacking quest for either side. We've got the Jaina baseline quest, of course, and then the roots coming out from Arthas. So Lily going into that fast feet, talent at level 1, eager adventurer. So we're not going to see the blinding winds coming out. But Arthana a little bit forward, doesn't see this rotation coming in. Is going to get the knockback, so should be able to make it safely behind his wall.
Yeah, nice and easy. But he did miss a little bit of soak there as a result. I mean, not too much, but, you know, soak is soak is soak.
Exactly. Right now, it looks like the teams are pretty well even. Nexus Cat's just slightly ahead there. But that's going to be evened out. Camps available for both teams, so it looks like Jaina's going to head over. She's going to need some help, so Stukov as well. On the other side for Nexus Cats, Lily's heading over here, getting this camp started, and Mark Zombie with that... what's the D called? I don't remember. Anyways, he's doing living bombs and stuff. What is that?
What is it called?
Yeah, it's Verdant Spheres. There we go.
Yeah. Everyone just calls it D. Let's be real.
So, interesting enough, we have a solo lane swap. Shadow Guard this time on the Leoric instead of the Rexar, and Cowboy Kyle now on the Rexar.
Mm-hmm.
So that was relatively evenly matched in the last round here. Shadow Guard is definitely a little bit lower here. Oh, Raynor getting caught by the Tychus in the bot lane. That's going to be first blood.
Uh-oh, that's not canon. Not at all.
Fair enough, Rek. I don't know the storyline, so I can't speak to that.
It's okay. Raynor shoots Tychus.
Oh, feels bad.
Yeah.
Man, you had the plot shield on your side too. Oh, but the big throw onto Arthas. But Arthas is happy to be thrown into the back line of your team. He kind of wants to be there.
Yeah, a little bit.
And now we'll see if this... so Arthas turned off the slow, which kind of, I think, allowed Stukov to get a little farther away. But he did get the root. These throws coming out from Garrosh here. Again, you know, throwing the Arthas in. Not quite getting any value. There's no real lockdown between the Stukov and Jaina. Just some slows. So, no
Not
kills
yet.
there yet. But Tychus this time going into the bigger they are. So, that's going to help with the Leoric. It's going to help with the Arthas. Hey, welcome, Valkymer. I'm speaking to you from the future. Although you're going to get it in the past.
Oh,
That's
good
a
golly gosh.
mind thing.
Oh, a nice little stun onto that Stukov who was trying to delay the old channel, but Mark Zombie snuffed it out. He got the stun, and now the channel is theirs.
So that's actually pretty significant value for them here, getting this started. It's almost halfway. Tychus is still in the bot lane. He's working on getting on level 7, which is going to come up here in just a moment, but it might not be soon enough for them to do anything about it.
No, he can't make a rotation within 6 seconds, so it looks like he might just go ahead and get some value as much as he can. A big throw onto Leoric, but it is Leoric. He's just going to wait right out.
Yeah, and Garrosh has a living bomb, but that increased armor over time as he takes additional damage, keeping him safe. And again, Be Fresh down here is able to get level 7s for Zul'jin Distillery.
Yeah, but Lulu got herself nice and thrown by D-Wit right into 4 other players. Actually, 3 other players and a bear. But unfortunate for her, but a good pickup for Zul'jin Distillery to help with this defense.
So Raynor gets down here and is actually now making use of that buff from the, what are they called? The Ram Riders, or Wolf Riders in this case, and gets the kill. This time getting that plot shield and making use of it.
Yeah, that's the heart of the swarm that I know.
All right, but Raynor now has to pay attention to... Yeah, there we go. Jaina and Stukov rotating down as the middle Wolf Rider already cleared. And this time, DeWitt throwing the Arthas away. Does not want to be slowed. Misha's got that living bomb, so the kill onto the bear.
Yeah, I really appreciate the tank's positioning from Nexus Cats. Every time that Garrosh wants to step up, you saw up there when he was looking to throw kill Thos, how the tanks just walked right in there, right in front of him, because Garrosh throws the nearest enemy. So, you know, if he's got 2 tanks sitting in front of him, you know, the odds are he's going to throw them instead.
Yeah, and Turd, you know, it did look a little bit scary there for Turd because he had no mana left. He, you know, he gets, what, 40 mana or so from using Frostmourne Hungers, but that's only going to help him for a little bit. So with Garrosh chasing him down, that was the time that Garrosh wanted to throw Arthas, because what's he going to do? He can't throw that Frozen Tempest forever.
No. Very much can't. Although that level 4 talent does help a bit. Frozen Wastes, I think it's called. Yes, Frozen Wastes. It does help a bit with that, but still depletes your mana quite quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say, so Zane's, I think, and there's the level 10s here, so I expect to see the taunt we do and big damage coming out onto Turd Herder. Does he make it out? He does, just barely, but it looks like Tychus is going to finish the job. Can they get the counter kill onto Tychus, though? Very close, spreading the Living Bomb, but not quite enough to get the kill.
Wow, those slows, man. I tell you.
Valkymer pointing out that Raynor kills Tychus in Wings of Liberty.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was Heart of the Swarm. You know what? No, I did know that. Damn it.
Wait, you gotta say it. Where's the soundboard?
You were right.
Oh, I love it. It's not even me you're saying it to. Mid lane well gone. And honestly, I mean, this mid fort's toast. There's just too much of a wave. Arthas getting thrown in deep here. Pops the army to get out. The taunt missing. And it is Cups, so Cups helping to keep Arthas alive, but those are 2 ultimates now that are going to be down for this. 3 ultimates, really, because Garrosh used his taunt.
I don't know what that talent is. I don't know, Jugs. I don't know that talent.
Well, the long-range gravity lapse there coming out from Mark Zombie, spreading on to Misha. So it is not Eternal Bombs, that's 20. It's the additional bomb damage for level 7. But Leoric getting low, throws out the Entomb. Misha again throwing that Living Bomb, this time onto Rexar, spreading it to the team. But it's going to be Arthas getting melted. It's kind of funny.
Huh. You know, that Draken Laser was holding everybody back.
And Shadow Guard here doing everything he can to try to get away. Gets away with under 100 health.
Don't know how you managed to do that with a Tychus sitting on him. But
and
he did it.
Yeah, he had that spooky hand going out with what little healing remained and mana. He had no mana, so that was it. Kael'thas doing the danger play here, gonna get thrown, but it's just Garrosh back here. This could be a kill onto Garrosh. Oh, the knockback keeping the Pyro from landing, missing the Entomb as well. So this is all but completed for the Zul'jin Distillery. It is, and Arthas is just being destroyed there, but Cups coming in as they do get the kill onto Tychus. Misha falling as well.
You know what's funny, Aero? All these kills are coming out during the opponent's cavalry waves.
Oh, Leoric getting thrown, but Dewitt's gonna fall. Ankle shot now, getting the Living Bomb as well, and Shadow Guard makes it across.
Look at that.
So this is gonna give the Cats a nice comfortable clear onto the Ram Riders, but I mean, there's a lot of structure damage already. The mid lane is already down entirely, and these Ram Riders, with them starting in the middle, it's going to actually reduce their efficiency to kill them. So Leoric in the bottom, I don't know, he may even just loot. No, he's not going to lose for it, but it's going to be a lot of damage.
So, Aero, it looks like top lane is going to be cleared pretty quick, and bottom lane probably just as quick, although I think bottom lane still falls anyway. The Tychus is kind of just pounding this Leoric, and there goes the Draken Laser to help out with that. Yeah, I think bottom lane's gone.
Yeah, and they may lose the Leoric as well. Oh, not quite. Very close, though.
Very, very close.
Up in the top lane, though, it's 4v4 action.
Well, 4v4.5. Excuse you.
I mean, sure. Rexar without Misha's only half a hero, though. But big taunt onto Arthas. Ring of Frost hitting 2. Looks like Kael'thas is going to get a free one-way trip to the graveyard. Arthur now getting healed up by those jugs.
Yeah. See, if this was Water Dragon, that never would have happened.
Indeed.
right? Question mark. Uh-oh. DeWitt looking for more. He think he might find something. He finds a Jimmy, and there he goes. No, just kidding. A big let's go coming out, saving Jimmy Raynor and keeping him alive. Wow.
And what a great talent, level 7 for Lily, that let's go, given a 40-second? Yes, 40-second. No, it's 40-second.
Oh, okay.
We've discussed this before. 40-second cooldown, but it also heals, and that's a unique pop-up for Lily there. And I see Valkymer asking about talents. Guess what? They're coming. They're coming. I'm telling you this now, but you'll hear it in 30 seconds. 60 seconds, whatever.
What's more with Let's Go is it also is affected by her fast feet, which since Lulu opted into the Eager Adventure at 1, she gets to cool it down a little bit more even, making it one of the better cleanses in the game.
Yeah, I think maybe the only one that would really be better, and keeping in mind, of course, this is arguably... Oh, but Jaina, maybe, if they can just get a little closer, Turd trying to get there, not quite able to get there, but DeWitt throwing him into the back line. Nobody's in the area, so that ring does hit. Oh my goodness, all 3 of the back line of the Cats.
Wow.
Somehow they're not dead yet. But Tyke is coming into the back, and he's going to make sure to clean up some of this.
Yeah, B-Fresh just pounding these boys on the Nexus Cats, but he actually falls to Jiminy Raynor once again. The Wings of Liberty really coming out now. There you go, Valkymer. I remembered this time. A big root onto Rexar to maybe prevent any further attacks, but Shadow Guard getting the nice Wraith Walk out of there just to make sure he doesn't die. You know, despite winning, quote-unquote, that team fight, Nexus Cats is really low, so I don't know if that's really a win.
Yeah, it's really tough because they have to go back and at least tap if they even have them. It looks like they do.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to come back in and defend this. This shouldn't be a full channel. It's just Garrosh, Rexar. And there's... Oh, this is... Well, they missed the Rexar, so the throw onto Leoric is going to push him out. Raynor trying to get that damage onto the Garrosh. The root coming out is going to take him out, and... Looks like the minions do get the channel as well, so Nexus Cats should be able to get in and get the channel started on their own now. But they are down 16s to 15.
That's true, Aero, but I generally find that numbers usually trumps talent tier most of the time. Stukov doing a fantastic job of delaying this. I'm wondering if he's going to get another lurking arm out. Yes, he does, but not in time, so... Nexus Cats manages to get that channel, and they're going to start her up. Garrosh isn't back for another 5 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, and Valkymer talking about one talent that he'd change. I'm guessing it's probably the level 4. You know, I gotta say is it Frozen Waste? Is that what? That's what he's got now. Icy Talons. Icy Talons is a disgusting talent and provides so much damage. But here comes Garrosh into the backline. Turd Herder popping the army to stay alive. Big taunt. Kael'thas, however, already down. And it looks like Garrosh getting low, but he's not going to fall. Arthas instead going to be the kill. Leoric as well. So this looks like it's going to be a quick defense for Zul'jin Distillery now.
Yeah, looks like they've got this. I mean, it's pretty secure with 30-second death timers, you know. I mean, obviously, Leoric can come back a little quicker than that, but, you know, they only have 20 seconds left on the channel, so I think this is more or less free. Although they're going to go ahead and rip boss. This is a little strange, actually. I don't know if I like this.
And especially as low as Garrosh already is, you know, he's making use of that bloodthirst. Yeah, exactly. Now they've got Leoric here to help with this, so...
Yeah, I don't think I like that call at all. I'd say that was a free objective, and you kind of gave it up there.
And the boss doesn't do that much damage.
No.
So
it's also walking into a fort.
We'll see how this turns out, but Lyric has to get out of dodge. Does have that reduced damage at level 13, so unstoppable used out of the Garrosh. What do you think here?
Uh-oh. This is looking pretty crazy. Actually, DeWitt is so low. He's getting pounded by this Jimmy Raider, excuse me. And B-Fresh getting low too. This is actually looking really good for Nexus Cats. A nice Entuma onto B-Fresh. This is going to be a kill for sure. There it is. And maybe Pyroblast on DeWitt. No, not enough. That armor coming in handy, but Ankle Shot is going to be the next target, and Arthanau finishes... Actually, Shadow Guard finishes them off with the help of Arthanau.
And that's going to be the Wolf Riders coming out here for Nexus Cats. So that's going to allow them to push that boss. I don't even think Raynor needs to go back and kill this. It's dead.
Yeah, he can. Why
but
not?
he can help clear out the lane so that the Ram Riders can move a little faster.
Yeah, I do not like that boss call Aero. I just don't think that was the play at all. It was kind of cocky.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I would have been more okay with it if they would have just fully committed. All 5 of them gone and gotten the boss. Then they come back down, rotate to get the point.
I know.
You know, but they split up. DeWitt was already really low. You know, it was an okay call. It just, they needed more. Oh, the big monster in Tomb with a root. Holy cow, they're all taking so much damage, but the throw onto Leoric, a kill onto Stukov and Rexar, and DeWitt making it out with almost no health. B-Fresh has a living bomb as well. Holy cow, that was huge play.
That is actually a massive play. I think that shit. Wow, if that honestly might have won them the game already. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna call it right now, but like that play there is really setting them up nicely. But a throw onto Turd Herder is gonna make him a little uncomfortable. He's taking a lot of damage from both Tychus and the Keep, but Jug of 1,000 Cups proving me wrong, keeping him alive.
And the army as
and
well.
Army. Oh, I was about to say, shoot, the army was popped as well. Yeah, wow. Arthas doesn't die. Aero, he just doesn't.
So 1 Keep, very difficult to kill the core, but they still have a Wolf Rider in the bot lane, and 30 seconds until Garrosh is up.
Yeah. Oh, a big root coming on to Jaina. Does she have the quest completed? No, she doesn't. But I mean, wait, does she actually? Yes, she does. I'm a liar. Pyroblast was being used, but canceled. And actually, Leoric is the one who might have stepped up a little too far and got CC'd to heck.
And that's okay. You know what? If you trade a Leoric for a Keep, I think at this stage of the game, that's okay. Both teams are about half a level away from level 20s. And that's where, you know, things are going to be getting a little crazy here. You're going to see that potentially that army of Northrend from Arthas, giving him the additional healing and duration on his ghouls. I'm interested to see what Lily takes. Does she take Mistweaver? Does she go the... I don't even know the name. Jug of 2,000 Cups? I don't know.
Million.
10,000 cups? Is it a million?
I think it's million.
I think it's 10,000. I think it's 10,000. We'll see.
Personally, I would go Mistweaver, but you never know.
I would too. Do we see an upgraded Pyroblast? I bet not. I bet we see the Eternal Flame. No. Upgraded, you know, Eternal or Tomb in Tomb. There we go. And the Rainer's Raider Banshee. But here we go. We've got the double throw coming out from Garrosh. Ooh. Upgraded Boars. Flailing Swipe, Ring of Frost, and Draken Laser Drill. So upgrading all of their level 10s basically, except for Taunt. Level 20's here now. So it is Mistweaver for Lily. And it's going to be Flamethrower for Kael'thas. I don't hate it, especially with the Ignite. Execute for Raynor. So big, massive burst damage potential now for Nexus Cats. And this boss now in this bot lane, like, both teams are standing over it, but it really doesn't matter for one team. It only matters for the other.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Look at this. A big entomb inside of the choke, killing, what's his name? Garrosh. But a big root coming out onto 3 members of Nexus Cats. It's going to actually wind up being 2 for 1 so far, with both Leoric and Arthas dying. Misha was killed as well, but Jug of 1,000 Cups just wasn't quite enough to keep everyone up.
Yeah, and she was too far back, I think, really, to get the Mistweaver value that started off super strong. And you know what? Even though this is a 4v3, I don't think that the Nexus Cats are in a bad place right now. Misha is back on the map, so they have to be really careful about that. But living bombs can spread easily from Misha. Yeah,
that's true. And looks like that Misha's gonna go down right there. But this lead is kind of zoning them out a little bit. Shadow Guard's gonna be up very soon.
And actually, really coming up.
There was a nice flamethrower value there, landing on lead from kind of far away. There goes the Entomb and the Gravity Lapse as well, just for good measure. Ankle Shot is now in trouble, getting slowed by Leoric, and Jaina might go down. Yeah, there she goes.
Garrosh back on the map. Arthas will be coming soon, so we see the pings calling for this. So it's 5 versus 3 right now. I think the Cats can play a little bit defensively here. They don't have to be crazy.
No.
And this is what you don't want. You don't want to give yourself the opportunity to lose a hero, which is about what's going to happen. But Cowboy Kyle also falling. The Rexar dying to the living bombs spreading off of Misha.
Hey, you know that talent Ace in the hole? And you know where our friend Rexar was standing? In mud.
That'll do it. Now the downside for what we see right now, there's 20 seconds, so Nexus Cats has this in the bag. They can get this this cavalry, but their cavalry gets stopped in the top lane, gets stopped in the mid lane.
That's true. I mean, I would like to see Kael'thas kind of walk away, I guess. Not walk away necessarily. They're going kind of opting for the opponent's camp. I like that. No, I like how this is going so far. I do want to see Mark Zombie maybe back and, yeah, there you go, clear a little bit. They have all the time in the world to push these lanes out, so I'm really glad that Kael'thas is making that play to go out and back and potentially clear these waves.
Yeah, I mean, the waves ultimately, clear themselves, but if they can clean up the lanes, they'll have both the mid and top pushing at about the same time into these points. If they want to, they can clear up that top keep, and then it's a boss away from win.
Yeah, I think they're opting for exactly that, Aero. It looks like they're all going to all in on that lane. Unfortunately, they are showing as a result. So, Zul'jin Distillery getting a free clear on the bottom, whatchamacallit, Cavalry Boy.
Yeah, and it looks like
Raider.
They'll be able to rotate onto the middle one as well. So this is going to give Nexus Cats some time here. But again, they're electing to kill every minion on the way.
Yeah, I mean, this is core damage, which granted does get recovered, but I don't know how quickly that's going to... it probably fairly quickly, actually.
It's pretty quickly, but again, I mean, if they get a kill here, they can win the game. End of story. If there's no keep, if that armor goes away, 27,000 health is not that much.
Here's a big entomb. Aero, go ahead.
And the throw, it's going to be a big stun with a huge taunt. No deaths yet, never mind. Arthas going down, Raynor as well. And this went from great to bad very quickly for the Nexus Cats. As Shadowguard getting that heal out, trying to get away, but Kael'thas falling in the backline here. Now Lulu as well getting low. Shadowguard trying to save her, but DeWitt is going to get that stun, and that's going to be a dead Lily. Leoric is going to be able to Wraith Walk out. So now we're going to see... Yeah, we're going to see Zul'jin Distillery get up and make some time on this boss. So this is a little bit more dangerous now. So a boss by itself going into the keep will die. Like into the core, it will die. It'll kill the keep, but it'll die to the core. Even if there's no keep, it'll die to the core. With two others up. So that's positive for the Nexus Cats. But this camp in the mid lane, along with the boss, could ultimately equal 2.
Sure, but look at how they have to go back and clear. The bottom wave is mega pushed up right now in favor of Nexus Cats. They can kind of take it slow and clear that boss relatively free.
Yeah, and they're not going to get very much damage out of the mid lane either. So, this is all right. Here come the rest of their team. Nexus Cats are up. They'll be able to clear the boss. That's going to give Zul'jin Distillery the opportunity to get started on this. Although I think that do we see Cowboy Kyle pick up the camp? Guess not. Well, Misha is. She took a brief nap there at the camp. So I think this play right now that the Cats are doing, giving the channel over to Zul'jin Distillery, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, as mentioned, the boss doesn't kill the core. I think they could have stayed in on this, but now they're having to come in. They've got a Misha, they've got a Garrosh, and a Stukov Silence, which is now down for 12 to 16 seconds, whatever that is. Yeah,
DeWitt getting a little spooked by Leoric. Actually, a big stun coming out onto Mark Zombie first, and that's going to be the fight. Aero, take it away.
So the Entomb coming out doesn't manage to hit anything, but there's a 2-man Ring of Frost hitting Kael'thas and Arthas. But check it out, Jaina popping the ice block to stay alive. Does manage to do so, gets thrown out, but with the living bomb is probably going to fall. DeWitt also falling here. Oh my god, Ankle Shot has 60 health, getting the bio kill switch here. Pyroblast with the 75 spell armor. Be Fresh gonna live. And Jaina throwing out massive damage onto Arthas.
Yeah, I'm wondering, hold on, did he take Titan Grenade? Yes, he did, but it doesn't matter, he dies anyway. I think that was actually most of the damage on Turd Herder there, just as a correction, but...
That kill, they go win the game right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
As long as they don't somehow die to Rexar.
Which is very possible, theoretically.
Well, okay, they're gonna come back and I guess get their camp started, which they don't have a full channel worth of time. It's close with the 40 seconds on Jaina, so she won't make it. But it is gonna be, you know, 5 versus 4 essentially, because Leoric, he'll be back up.
Okay.
I kind of like this rotation. They left Lily behind.
Yeah, it's fine. Lily's not a healer; she's a damage dealer. Let's be real. Uh-oh. Actually, this is looking a little less good.
And this is why I said I kind of like it, because if they're not able to take this quickly, then Lily left on the point, and she's taken, you know, a little bit of damage using a lot of mana. Although that fast feed is keeping her up, but now the team is fairly low, and they need to get up here quickly.
Oof.
10 seconds left. I expect they should be able to stall, but they have to stall and survive.
I'm waiting for an entomb. I don't know what where the entomb was. I think that could have... Oh, no.
That's perfectly placed in the wrong place. We see Shadowguard Wraith walking out here. The Boar's coming out, getting the roots. Throw onto Arthas, the taunt as well. Arthas is low mana here, so this is a little bit of a dangerous place for them all to be. They're trying to get this kill on a D-Whip, but he's pulling back. Bfresh getting the minigun, but Misha's going to go down here. Now, here's the thing. The core is taking damage.
I'm wondering
it's a 2 for 1. I don't know if it's enough with these 2 lanes here. Does anybody go back? Are they gonna see? They are all backing.
I would try to prevent those backs, I think.
Well, I was gonna say not
a lot of damage.
Exactly. If they can let some of them go back, they can actually get kills. Top lane is fine for Nexus Cats. They don't have to worry too much about this. And it's actually, essentially 3v3 here, right?
Really low. Both of their cores.
Uh-oh. Mark Zombie did get the gravity lap, so he doesn't just die. But ankle shot, not quite so lucky. But look at the damage onto DeWitt. Pops the unstoppable to stay alive, but dies anyway. Now led with the living bomb. Has to be careful not to spread it to ankle shot, because he'll die for sure. One hit and Led goes down. And Arthas is going back because he has no health or mana.
No.
This is going to give him the Ram Riders, the Wolf Riders. And I think that if they get this, this is game.
Actually, Aero, I think it's the Orc Raiders that they're getting.
The Orcs are riding wolves, so they would be Wolf Riders.
The wolves. They would be Wolf Riders.
Wow.
Listen.
See, and this is not necessary. We don't need to fight here. You've got the Ram Riders or the Wolf Riders for the Horde. I'm aligned, so they're Ram Riders. You've got a 5-man push. You have no Stukov for 20 seconds. You have no Garrosh for 10 seconds. He'll be up about the time that your Riders get here. I don't think they need to push here. Like, this is opening up the potential for an oops. Like, wait for your heroes, your assistants, so to speak, to get here. And there it is, double throw. We do get the Entomb knockback onto Garrosh, but Garrosh just getting obliterated. Turd as well, though.
Oh my gosh.
But that's definitely in favor of the Cats. 3-man ring, though, with the additional follow-up from that ring. And we're going to see Misha falling. Rexar also. And this looks like it's going to be the game going over in favor of the Nexus Cats. Recyclic, we're seeing the first series win of the Nexus Cats in Zul'jin Distillery.
Hooray.
What a game. That was a back and forth game. A lot of really solid plays from both sides. You know, I have to say that was an enjoyable match. 22-26.
Ooh, that's a fun one. 22-26.
Let's take a look at these talents. This is I don't recall. I think this is the only, well, I don't know what game 1 had now that I think about it actually. Game 2 did not get to level 20. So this is the first time we get to see level 20 talents. But let's see if anybody from the Cats wants to come and talk to us.
Sure. I like talking to people.
And depending on if we can get their replay, then we can probably just rip a quick game 1 replay. Oh, Arthur now is gonna join us. Let's go ahead and hop over to the casting booth in Zul'jin Distillery.
Sure. Whoa, that was like instantaneous.
It was pretty
Kinda
close. All right. So we'll be joined by Arthur now. Oh, there he is. And Turd Herder as well.
Yes.
Welcome, gentlemen. Congratulations. You guys have to be super excited to get your first series win in the XGDI.
It's actually our first match or first game win.
Well, I mentioned that earlier, but I didn't get to actually see that. But this is fantastic, you guys. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Feels good. It feels like we get to stay as a team now. We don't have to disband. That was what was on the line. It was pink slips.
Wow,
Damn.
man, you guys rolling hard in the Nexus Cats team there. So, we didn't get to see game number 1. If you guys want to send me the replay, then we'll do a replay cast of it, just after our interview here.
Okay, cool.
So, just drop that to me in Discord. But, so we'll come back to that in a second. Game number 2, so you guys won. I imagine you're feeling high. Game number 2 was a bit of a slog fest. So, I gotta ask, after playing game number 1, feeling great, game number 2, probably a little bit demoralizing. How did game number 3, how do you pull this out? What did you do differently to get back into that second win of the season?
Sure, I'll actually answer that. So,
Yeah,
game
because I
number
don't know how to
two.
play this game, so
Yeah, game number 2. It didn't feel the best, but I don't think we were too demoralized because Tomb of the Spider Queen is a map we have not played competitively since season 5 of NGS.
Oh.
So they took us to that map, and we were like, we'll see how this plays out. And I mean, it wasn't the best, but we knew we'll just go to game 3 and we'll give it our best there. And so we know DeWitt likes to play an aggressive play style. He really likes to test my nerves in draft.
yeah, his
can
drafts
imagine.
are very chessy. We make some moves, then he makes some moves, then we try and respond, but anticipate. I think what happened in game 2 in Arthur, maybe you can agree or disagree, is at least from my perspective, being the Joanna player, the 5th pick, Tychus, really just hecked up my day.
Boy, did it.
And that came out of left field, for me, and the scouting report. So, whether it should have or not is, I guess, a different question. But yeah, coming out of left field and then getting blown up immediately, I think first kill, I was like, oh, it's going to be that kind of game today.
Yeah, I think I was in the middle of announcing your a second talent, and then I was like, oh, look, Turt's just dead, just instantly gone.
Sometimes you just got to face check all of their abilities.
It was
just to make
pretty
sure
fast.
they're there.
Yeah, for sure. But you guys came back in game 3, and game 3 was a much more balanced game. You mentioned DeWitt's aggression being right up in your face. When I saw what you guys were going, I told Rek, pretty sure this is Garrosh, and he was like, nah, I think it's Stitches. Nah, it's Garrosh. And it was Garrosh, right? It worked out. Rek pointed out multiple times that you guys did an amazing job between you, Turd, and Shadowguard of always being right up in Garrosh's face to make sure, no, you're not going to throw the Kael'thas, or no, you're not going to get to our Lili, and really making sure to position yourselves to protect your team, but also, frankly, to cause chaos in their team when, hey, suddenly Arthas, right?
Right.
So
Yeah,
good
no,
job to you guys on that.
definitely, if there's a flip or something, I was looking as the Arthas player to look for, roots on their team to prevent, pounces or whatever. Or just, like you said, neutralize the Garrosh. Okay, you want to play up in my grill? Fine, I'll just turn on my ice shield and we'll have ourselves a time.
Absolutely. And we do when you guys go back and watch, try to not cringe too much at that Leoric entomb up in the top at the end. Perfectly lined. Like, you almost didn't know that it was even an entomb because it lined up so perfectly with that little bush there.
It really did.
That, like, it went out and I'm like, where is it? So sorry, Shadow Guard. I had to call that out because it was just so perfectly lined up, like geometrically. It was great. So now, Arthur, you played, let's see. So you didn't play Kael'thas in that last game. That was Mark Zombie, yeah?
Yep, it was Mark Zombie.
Jimmy.
And you played the Jimmy. So we had a little bit of StarCraft back and forth about the Tychus versus Raynor. And overall, I would say that Raynor came out on top on that, wouldn't you say?
Well, he really scared me in the beginning there because I thought I could trade with him, and he showed me that I could not. And then it became a personal vendetta to come back and make sure that I was coming out on top.
You lost the 1v1 there.
Yeah, I did.
Nice
that sparked a little bit of conversation in the chat.
Well, as you know,
the history.
we were just playing out how it actually happens, where I kill Tychus as it should be.
Yeah, exactly. So so that game, obviously, you finish up there. That last camp, that last prison camp was so back and forth, and you guys were ahead. Then you lost a little bit of a fight. Then they pushed in, and technically you guys won the fight, but everybody was so low you had to pull back. And then they I think that the game went in your favor when they decided to go for that top boss.
Yeah. And
so talk a little bit about what was the circumstance like for you when they were doing that. You guys had 4. I think they had 4 at that point. What were we talking about at that point?
So it was we pretty much had even numbers right at that point. So we were saying sec objective, and then Shadow Guard was like, wait, it's not ticking. And we were like, what? It's not ticking, everyone go in right now. And we managed to turn it around right there because we thought it was still ticking. We thought they had one guy on there and they went boss, and we lost both boss and objective, but they, I guess, didn't babysit the objective quite long enough and managed to let us capitalize on that.
Yeah, and Rek and I were talking that we thought that, if they were going to go boss, they should have just fully committed, ripped it, and then come back down while you guys were defending the boss. They didn't, so you guys capitalized on it, and ultimately you win the video game because of it. You were able to get the next fight. There's a little bit of back and forth there, but the Leoric value, you guys trade a death, but yours is Leoric, so whatever, right? And he's back sooner. Loved the camp call. Was a little hesitant with leaving, Lily behind to cover for you with the garage coming up, but it worked out, and it gave you that extra push that you needed and ultimately to win the game. So tell us, actually, you know what? Don't tell us what to expect out of game 1 because you're going to send us the replay cast. We want to be surprised. You can hang out and chat and watch it with us.
So you should have it in. Yeah, you should have it in your inbox, sir.
Okay, great. Oh, I'm on the wrong.
And by inbox, I mean I sent it to you on Discord through your messages. I
shouldn't be on the. I was on the NGS overlay on accident. Whoopsie.
Typical.
Rip. So yeah, okay. So listen, guys, we want to get into this replay cast so we can see game number 1 because we absolutely want to see the first game that you guys won in the series. I imagine it's going to be a great one there. I heard it's on BOE. So before we do that, and I know it's getting late, any shout outs from the two of you guys here at the end of the season?
Yeah, sure. I got some. So shout out to my team, I guess. The usual pitter patter. And as you know, a couple weeks ago, the Red River Showdown happened, and it's a glorious day. It's probably the best day of the year, and I have to give credit to my Sooners. So Boomer Sooner.
I forgot about that. I forgot that you had to do that.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm sure it means something to some people.
It's sports ball. They're talking about sports ball.
I figured.
Yeah.
Turn.
Yeah, I'll pick up the shout outs here. Obviously, shout out to my team, I guess. and actually shout out to my team because they've really put a lot of faith in me in particular to pick up the tank role for the team. And I hope that I'm doing my best, living up to it as best as I can. And, there's little improvements here and there. But, getting the first win today felt pretty good. So onwards and upwards here, a little bit more practice and ready for NGS in a couple weeks.
What can we expect to see out of you guys coming up with the next series of games?
Well, I will be on tank. So that's something new to NGS. Obviously, the people viewing here might be a little bit more familiar with it since I played, I think, almost every match. I think I didn't play one match in XGDI. But I think we're really just looking forward to hopefully getting another opportunity at Division C, another crack at the bat, doing a little bit better than last season, improving from there. But otherwise, just making small-time improvements, whether it's team-wide wins, I don't know, or if it's just, hey, we're really good at running this combo now. Like, let's keep doing that. Starting with the basics, the building blocks for next season, kind of thing.
Sure, absolutely. And it does take time especially when you, tank is an important role, and it's not easy to just step into. You have to learn, positioning. You have to learn, when you can engage. And I can't tell you the number of times as I was sitting on Regen Red at the beginning of the season going, guys, where is everybody?
Oh yeah, and we're definitely, there's been some growing pains. Our coach, I think for just about every single replay analysis that we've done, the coaches said, why are you playing so far back? Like, play forward. I'm like, oh, well, I thought I was playing forward. They're like, no. Keep running at the team. I was like, okay. So definitely a little bit of growing pain, coming from a support or even an off lane, kind of role where you're trying to stay alive as long as possible into a tank where, you're making plays is your goal.
For sure. Well, looking forward to seeing what you guys put together for your next NGS season. Now, I gave a little bit of extra time here for Rec to think of anything that he would like to ask. So before we hop into the replay cast of your game number 1, Rec, do you have anything you'd like to ask of Arthur Turd?
Yeah. What the hell is it gonna take for me to cast a water dragon game? Like, honestly, I'm getting really sick and tired of these cups, and I want to see some dragons.
Dude, man, that cup kept me alive so many times. I needed it so bad.
Yes, however, I need to see Lily with the highest damage in the game. I need it.
See, I think Lulu, our Lily player, is she was just happy that our drafter, we were going back and forth, and then our drafter just said, "What about Lily?" And then she hovered Lily from that point on until it was time to pick.
Okay. All right.
So, baby steps.
Baby steps, number 1. Number 2, actually, I have to say the cleanses were absolutely phenomenal. Better than mine, because mine take about 10 years to come out. But yeah,
the cleanses you've seen, just wait till game 1. That's a little spoiler. A little teaser.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, they're we played like knuckleheads, but Lulu was on point.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it. Definitely MVP of this series, I think.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
well, there
right,
appears
guys,
to be one shout out you missed, which is to August.
Yes, the real August.
The real August. So, well, thanks for joining us for the interview, guys. Have a great night. Congratulations again on your win. Looking forward to seeing you in NGS.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the cast, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Oh, and thanks to Zul Jin for the invitation.
All right, Rick, I'm going to give you a call back so we can show your beautiful face on stream.
Let's see if I can actually see it this time.
Let's see.
Here we go. I got a notification.
Oh, goody.
It came up. It did the do sound. You know
As
that one?
wonderful and exciting as that is, are you going to show your camera? There you go. Okay. The Lucio pillow.
Yeah, Lucy Pillow. My friend bought this for me after I explicitly told her not to buy it for me.
You know, Friends do those kind of things sometimes.
I hate Friends. Just kidding. That's not true. That was the meanest thing I could have possibly said. I take that back.
That was pretty mean.
And now it's on stream and it's out there.
Way to go, Rec. Jeez,
Well,
man.
listen.
Some friend you are. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and update the teams here so that I can show those. Now, interestingly enough, we are going to see ETC out of DWIT, so they let that through on the second game. Let's see. Be Fresh played Kerrigan instead of the Tychus. Ankle shot on Vala. Led on Uther, so we're not... So they didn't have a triple Stukov set up here. But they do have the Holy Cow with that, and then Cowboy Kyle on the Blaze. So that's, I mean, that's a strong CC combo right there that Zildjian Distillery had. So yeah, I can imagine if they had the good cleanses there, I can only imagine how that turns out. So let's see. So we're gonna see Raynor for Arthanel. Lulu's gonna be playing Anduin. Turd Herder on the Mal'Ganis. Now that's an interesting pick. Shadow Guard on Leoric and Mark Zombie on the Li Ming. So that's also actually a pretty solid comp, getting those sleeps from Mal'Ganis. Oh, we need to be in a group, buddy.
We do. That would help. I will accept this request to join of parties.
Here we go. Now I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna guess. Did I do that right? I did custom games, didn't I? No. It's been a while. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna guess that the bands at the beginning of this were. Who was their first band? Varian?
Maybe Mal'Ganis?
Oh, Mal'Ganis was banned. That's right. So they
No,
started banning
he's
it
there.
because of this game.
He's right there.
So I wonder who their first band was.
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
We got that Shadow Guard Leoric. I always liked that one.
I suppose we can show the game screen here since we've got the hero showing. Alrighty. All right, well, you know what? I started with the Zildjian Distillery, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with them.
Cool.
So on the left here, we've got Zildjian Distillery. Led's going to be on the Uther, Ankle Shot on the Vala, DeWitt on ETC, Be Fresh with the Kerrigan, and Blaze going to be played by Cowboy Kyle.
All right. And on the Nexus Cats, which is on the right, the red team, that's going to be Arthanel on Raynor again, Lulu playing Anduin this time, Mark Zombie on Li Ming, Turd Herder on Mal'Ganis, and Shadow Guard on Leoric.
Hey! All right, let's take a look at these talents. What kind of fun and excitement do we have? We did get Monster Hunter out of Vala. Hammer the Lightbringer for... It is Lightbringer, right? Yeah. For Uther. So looking for those auto attacks. Oh, the Blaze taking Adrenaline's Stim Pack. That's an interesting pick. See, I don't play solo lane Blaze, so I don't know.
That is actually a decent talent, if I'm not mistaken. Although I have not played Blaze solo lane in, I don't know, like 6 months. So I don't know if it's correct anymore.
Big Kerrigan combo there on 3.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think if DeWitt wasn't quite as chunked down as he was, that could have been a massive combo. But not quite any kills there. We do have the stack. This is interesting. Veteran Marksman for Raynor. That's not something you see a lot of.
No, you really don't. And it's kind of even strange, actually. Big damage coming down to Mark Zombie, but it's actually Kerrigan who falls first on Be Fresh. But anyway, like you were saying, yeah, that's a little strange. You'd think it's ace in the hole as per usual, or you would see, whatchamacallit, since it's, you know, BOE, Exterminator, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, big stun onto Turd Herder. Can he make it out in time? No. But I'm going to say one quick thing about taking Veteran Marksman here is the only real benefit from it would be Leoric slows, because sure, he'll get a free shot onto a sleeping Mal'Ganis, that does count, a sleeping Mal'Ganis target, because that does count as a stun, if I'm not mistaken, sleeps do.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, I really don't see any reason to take Ace in the hole, honestly.
Huge leap of faith there, keeping Arthanau from the death zone of Kerrigan and ETC there.
Yeah, big time. But yeah, I actually don't completely hate it.
So Turd making use of that Night Rush to get out of the danger once again here, but the camp being picked up after that earlier kill from Mal'Ganis is going to get a little bit of value. So almost the full tower on the top half of this, and a little bit of value on the bottom one as well.
Very cool. Looks like we're opting for our camps. Both teams are at the same time.
Yep, 2 and 2 on either side. Up in the top lane, Leoric v Blaze. And depending on how they play that, I think there's another scenario where they're fairly equally matched, and it becomes more of a skill thing than a hero thing. Not like, say, Phoenix into Leoric.
I think that people were good because chat popped up for me. I think that there was a little bit of a disconnect.
Oh. Apparently there was. Yeah, see, I have chat turned off.
Oh.
ETC power sliding in onto Leoric, but oh my goodness, just barely able to get that Wraithwalk out so that he can get that unstoppable. But the race fairly close. Little bit in favor of the Zul'jin Distillery here. And I would kind of expect that. I mean, with no Exterminator, the race potential on the side of Nexus gets a little bit lower. Lead taking a lot of damage there, gets put to sleep, and Arthanau trying to get some, get the rest of the damage.
Ooh, a big root onto ETC that manages to get him nice and still. Can't slide out. I like that.
That was a pretty solid defensive jet propulsion there to keep the Nexus Cats from finishing off any additional targets there. Both Vala and Kerrigan very low.
Uh-oh. Speaking of being low, Kerrigan, she's still in there. She's still kind of not looking too great, but that assimilation shield, is that what they're called, assimilation?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, cool. The assimilation shield is kind of allowing her to discourage this.
Oh my god, the leap of faith once again! Oh, and Raynor gets the kill onto Kerrigan thanks to that. What a play. Oh my goodness, I can already see what they were talking about. These leap of faiths have been just perfect. Oh, there's no leap of faith for that one, though.
No. Alright, I take it back.
Take it, what?
I said I'd take it back. But then I realized, wait a minute. That's probably not Anduin's fault.
Exactly.
At any rate. Oh, nice root onto ETC again, but this time just deterring him from finishing off Shadow Guard, who is low in both mana and health. Doesn't matter though, Immo's down.
And it looks like the first ammo is going over to the Nexus Cats. Holy Fire online for Uther. Not one that I see very often.
I like it. If you're he decided to go a Hammer of the Lightbringer, and if you're gonna go Hammer of the Lightbringer, I think you take Holy Fire with it. You know, it's nice. It kind of synergizes with it pretty well because you can just you know you get those autos in, and then you get the stun. I don't need to explain to you, Aero.
Yeah, but that's okay. Twitch chat doesn't know anything.
That's rude.
Well, I mean, I'm talking collectively. Right? There's somebody out there that doesn't know the thing that you're talking about.
True.
But check it out. Mal'Ganis getting these stuns out. A little bit far in here. Does get stunned by the Uther, and the Kerrigan almost getting that as well on her Impale. But it looks like it's going to be Raynor that... Oh my god!
I was waiting for it. I'm not going to lie. Every time, we just keep getting baited by these leap of faiths.
Oh my god!
Leap of faiths? One or the other. But yeah,
and it's just so perfect. This person's about to die. Nope.
Nah, not really.
Every minute and a half or so, that's just gonna keep happening. I feel it.
Yeah, and you know it's funny because the comp that Zul'jin Distillery is running is very single target CC heavy, with the exception of Blaze, of course. But you know, you get that nice stun, and then the nice power slide. We'll say even Kerrigan's combo, and then a single target stun with Uther. It's very single target CC, and guess what? I mean, Anduin's just gonna say, "Oh, okay, that person's safe now. Bye," and that has happened 2 or 3 times now. So
it's at least 3.
At least 3, yeah. I expect at least like 4 more, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the way this is going, Kerrigan's kind of posted up here looking. I mean, they have to know she's up there. There's the stun onto the Mal'Ganis. Follow up from the Uther as well here. So Uther finishing that level 1 quest. We didn't talk a whole lot about talents, so you know, Anduin going into that bold strategy, taking the Divine Star talents, Power Word Shield, and Moral Compass.
A real hot take. I don't like bold strategy. I like, this is really hot here, pursued by grace only.
And we differ in that because I actually like Renew.
You like Renew, yeah. I really like Pursued by Grace, and I like it alongside Variant's Legacy, because if you manage to land like a few basic attacks, especially with what you call it, Moral Compass at 4,
yeah,
you kind of just stand around your teammates doing nothing, and they're getting free healing. It's kind of funny. Oh,
big mosh up here, but got interrupted, I guess, and then there's a Divine Shield.
And immediately after the Divine Shield.
Yeah, I'm not sure what did it. Must have been Raynor booping away, but Kerrigan's gonna fall. Cowboy Kyle here, not able to get past Mal'Ganis with the body blocks. Turd really presenting a wall there. And they're trying to kill the Banshee, but not quite able to do it. It looks like, oh, maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, I think they're actually gonna go ahead and opt for the top fort, which is gone now. I like that pickup. It's a nice little pickup for Nexus Cats.
Yeah, that was a big play. Looks like they're going to lose the bottom fort in exchange. Maybe? Maybe not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I might be wrong.
It's close. They're going to be able to clear this out, but that's going to give Zul'jin Distillery the opportunity to get in. This is a 5 versus 4 right now, as Leoric still in bot lane. And Turd has no mana. But that's okay. He's scary enough by himself.
Yeah, I mean, Mal'Ganis, especially with that physical armor at level 1, kind of just doesn't die at all, and it annoys me.
Yeah, especially into like the Vala and even the Kerrigan getting a lot of auto attack damage. So it is, by the way, it is Maelstrom for Kerrigan.
Yes,
and Rain of Vengeance, the Combustion, and of course we saw the Holy Cow with the Mosh Pit and Divine Shield. Now this is really good for Zul'jin Distillery because Nexus Cats are very spread out, but B-Fresh isolated does get the Divine Shield. Vala gonna be the first to fall here, and it looks like Blaze is in danger. Kerrigan does go down there. Blaze has almost no health. Leoric using the Wraithwalk to get in there, but ETC power sliding, and the Immortal, I think, got the stun onto both of the front line there.
Huh. It's kind of a wacky team fight.
So ultimately, 2 for nothing trade. That's going to give the halftime over to the Nexus Cats. It's kind of interesting. I seek better ground, he says. Is this really better ground? I mean, I feel like you were in a better position where you were before.
Like severely average ground, I'd say.
So we've got Light Bomb and... no, not Light Bomb. Wave of Force Entomb available. And there's a Mosh onto the back line. Big Vala damage. Gonna get the kill onto Raynor. Mark Zombie on Li Ming, barely able to make it out as yet again the Leap of Faith with the save. Turd getting pulled back in. The Light Bomb going out gives enough of a shield. I think Turd makes it out now.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I kind of wish that Life Bomb came out during the Mosh Pit. I think that would have been a little more valuable than just a root, but I'm not sure if she had it up, to be honest.
Or even was in the range. Yeah, I don't think she did actually.
I don't think she was in range. Oh, okay. All right,
because I actually did mention that right, you know, at the early stages of that fight that I said Light Bomb, and then I said, oops, no, it's Wave of Force. So level 13's here online for the Nexus Cats here. So we do see the damage reduction coming from Leoric, the giddy up from Raynor, right? That's what that is? Yeah.
Yep, the pink one, yeah.
Oh. Further into the Calamity build for Li Ming, going into that Illusionist. And I don't even know what this one is. Blood Rush. When he's healed by a hero, he gains 1% movement speed. Now that is interesting with the bold strategy, getting that that additional healing when Lulu heals. So Leoric taking out Blaze in the bot lane, but it looks like up in the top here, Turtle's going to go down and trade. That's going to make this a little bit harder to defend.
Yeah, this is a fort for sure.
But that should be it, because this Immortal is almost dead, so the poke potential out of Raynor and Li Ming is pretty significant. Not quite able to land that Kerrigan combo.
Oh.
B-Fresh in major danger, but getting that D-Shield is going to walk away. And we do see Vala completing the level 4 quest, of which I can't remember the name, Puncturing Arrow.
Puncturing Arrow. Well, I hope you don't get punctured, Arrow.
You know what? Me too. Although, there are a lot of ways for this team to do that. I mean, you know, Kerrigan's got her impales, and Vala's got her arrows and stuff.
Yes.
ETC's got his axe. I mean...
Well, that's not... Well, is that an impale?
I mean, it kind of depends on how you use it.
Yeah, that's true. If you kind of just thrust it forward, I suppose it is. But... Uh-oh. Oh, I'm surprised there's no flank here. Oh, here it comes. Steve's going for the flank. Opts for a W first. Kind of messed up
about all that.
I think.
Yeah, I think
no. They left poor Anduin behind.
Well, let's zoom out on this, because B-Fresh is in danger. It might be a trade? Can't leap of faith Anduin. Anduin goes down. B-Fresh, however, pops that Maelstrom, dies anyway here, and here comes the Mosh. Not, I guess I was going to say it's not able to save Leoric, but he's on the other team. Not able to save himself, as ETC going to die, followed up by the Blaze. The Carrion Swarm getting value, killing the Vala. And Uther walks away with 100 health.
Yeah. That was another crazy, weird team fight, I'm not going to lie, but... I feel bad for Anduin. He kind of got left for dead there. But perhaps that's a positioning issue.
Yeah, a little bit, because, I mean, to be fair, that was partially because of that knockback from ETC. But I think if ETC doesn't use that knockback, he's in a position to get a good mosh right there, and that would have been devastating, I think, for the Cats.
Yes.
But they played it well. They ended up getting the kills, and now they're level 16s.
Indeed.
Oh, it is Mirror Ball for the Li Ming.
Cool.
Instead of the shields. Big CC chain coming out onto Mal'Ganis, including the Entomb onto his own team. That kind of keeps him safe a little bit. B-Fresh taking loads of damage, and is going to fall.
Yeah, there he goes. Led is in a bit of trouble too. Yeah, there goes Uther now, but he's going to be able to get some healing out for free. Not sure that's going to matter too much, as this Immortal is almost already at half. There it goes right about now.
Such good timing on that, Rick. It's almost like
it's almost like
you
I was
knew.
stretching it out so I could time it.
So 5 versus 3 here. This should be a nice, easy race for Nexus Cats to finish up the Immortal. They might even opt to go grab their Shaman camp here real quick. They have the potential, but they do need somebody to tag it, and it doesn't look like anybody's doing that, so that's okay. You know what? It's a 1.5 health Immortal, so that works.
Huh.
Oh, and
no.
the Entomb not quite hitting its target.
Well, it hit Mal'Ganis, right?
Yeah, the Entombs this game have, not all of them, of course, but several of them have been like magnets right onto the to the Mal'Ganis. One of which saved him, though. I mean, legit. I don't know that was the intent, but it actually helped. ETC with the Divine Mosh in the back here. There goes the Light Bomb, but it's not going to stop it. A little bit of a missed time on that here. And Arthanau getting low, possibly also Turd Herder, but Kerrigan going to fall in there. Sorry, also Uther. So.
Oh, and also Vala. and also
another one. And another one.
Another one.
Now, Shadow Knight doesn't have a lot of health here, so.
Yeah, this ammo is just gonna kind of into a keep. You know, you said that the light bomb didn't interrupt the mosh, which is correct, but it did stun 3 members of Zildjian Distillery.
That is true.
So it kind of delayed the inevitable, I suppose. It's a nice way to look at it. We'll
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Divine Shield's what, 3 seconds? Yeah, 3 seconds. So you have to really be mindful of that timing because Light Bomb is a second and a half, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
3 seconds is most of the time of a mosh.
Yeah.
But it worked out. They still won that team fight. Ultimately, Immortal got some keep value in the bot lane. It's almost to half health here, and now we're gonna see. And this is where if they had that camp going in the top lane, they would have gotten that top keep, I bet.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Big brain plays, my friend.
Big Yoshi brain.
And now they've got the camp. They're holding on to it. I don't know why. This is what just happened.
Oh, guys.
What just happened?
Oh no.
Oh, Arthur, now you need to wake up and come back and talk to us after this game.
Oh no. Oh,
there's a big entomb.
Yeah, coming on to 2 members. There's a light bomb in there as well. Managed to land on B-Fresh, I believe, and B-Fresh is taking a lot of damage, but that assimilation, along with a Divine Shield, is going to keep him alive. Dewitt is actually going to be the new target, and Li Ming is getting her fat resets. Turd is saved once again by the Leap of Faith. Here goes Uther, and then Blaze immediately afterwards. Shadow Guard is going to go ahead and chase Ankle Shot as best as he can.
This could be game.
It very well could be. Excuse me. Leori's gonna catch up, and Ankle Shot cannot get away. There's 5 members dead, Aero. I think this is game. This is a keep, and with a 35 second as the soonest death timer, I think. Actually, no, I lied. 27. Death timer. This is gonna be. I think this is it.
Yeah, and they've got pretty decent race between and now with level 20s as well.
Oh, and an Entomb to block off the potential Kerrigan coming out. Yeah, I think this is it.
I would like to see a level 20 from Li Ming.
No. Yeah, this is it. Ready? He's gonna set up for the angled a little wrong, but that's okay.
Yeah, it blocked him out.
It doesn't matter. Oh, golly gee, fellas.
I have to agree. Like, Arthanau did I mean, he said Lulu was the MVP that game, and 100%.
Yeah.
Like, no question. Like, that was a hard Anduin carry.
Yeah, kinda.
Take a look at these stats.
That's not mean. That's kind of mean. I shouldn't say that. I mean, like, in the end, I
don't
actually
think that's
really
mean at all. I
think Mal'Ganis did a decent job too, I think.
Oh, I think the team did well. I'm not in any way saying that the rest of the team didn't perform. I'm saying that the Anduin carry was like...
It was real. It was real.
Yeah, there's a bonus 20% to the team because of how that played out. So, 9 kills to 21. They really played that well. They had 2 out of 3 Immortals. Yeah, really strong play. You know what? That's the kind of game they needed to win their first game of this season. And with their roster changes and the adjustments to how they're, different roles and all that stuff, that takes time to really get used to. I think that, Turd played an amazing game on Mal'Ganis, and, allowed Anduin to showcase Anduin's ability a little bit there as well. We'll put it that way.
Sure,
but no, the body blocks were really good. The positioning, the CC chains, I thought they did a fantastic job.
I would say so too. Yes. What was I gonna say? There was something else I wanted to add to that, but I can't remember because I'm me. It'll come to me.
Well, fair enough. They're probably coming to you after we're done with the stream, right?
Yeah. Once as soon as you turn the stream off, I'll remember.
Well, fair enough. Rec, we're all done.
Yes.
It's kind of late. 11:30.
It is a little bit late.
Not too bad.
I've got time though. The night is young. I'm waiting for someone to text me at 2 a.m. anyway, so
Rec, if somebody texts you at 2 a.m, that's a booty call, right?
I'd tell you who it was, and you would agree.
Oh, it's Nick, isn't it?
It's Nick.
It's Nick.
My buddy Nick. I told him to text me when he lands in Budapest because I'm very worried.
That's true. You know what? He sent me a message as well. He said he gets back in February on the 9th or 10th, he says. So looking forward to having our BlizzCon buddy back.
Absolutely.
Well, what do you think, Rick? Did you think about it?
Oh,
Did you remember
the thing that I wanted to say?
Yeah.
No, I can't remember. It's gone. It's just gone. The thought. I'm sorry, everyone. My interesting analyses in my big brain is
all right.
long gone.
Well, it was well played. You know what? The series was well played by both teams. Both teams had real strong highlights here. So, you know, ultimately the Nexus Cats coming out with a 2-1 victory. You know, congratulations to them finishing their season. And now let's, you know what? Let's just show the standings here real quick. So this is where we started the night. Oh, there's Arthanel. Arthanel. What up with that camp, dude? That's that shaman camp.
That's what I wanted to say. You know, Aero, despite winning the game, Zul'jin Distillery had the moral victory.
Fair enough.
That's what I wanted to say. Yes.
All right, well, there you go. There's your updated stats here, your updated standings. Zul'jin Distillery gets 1 point, so they do take the lead now. Probius is all done. So they are, at best case, they're at 4th, but Do It Right still has one more match to play. They need 1 point to be in the playoffs. They need 2 points to make it to 3rd place. And they need 3 points to tie Clouded Minds and deal with whatever Clouded Minds has. So still a little bit of shake-up potential there in the playoff positions. Obviously, Nexus Cats are not able to make it into the playoffs. But you know what? As you talk about moral victories, I mean, I think that that's a big victory for Nexus Cats to get at the end of the season here as they get prepared for their next NGS season.
Yeah, Aero, you gotta fix that. They're not 0 anymore.
I did fix it. You'll see it in about 45 seconds.
Oh, okay. Big cool.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. I'll forgive you. There it is. It's fixed.
Hooray. Saying he's gonna get a Discord and explain it. Oh man.
I don't mind.
Well, it's fine. We're already out of the channel.
We're already gone.
So, yeah. So, Rec, anything you want to say to Twitchland at home before we go to bed?
Even twitch.tv/Aero of the Storm. Yeah, I've got some things to say. All of you are gorgeous, beautiful, handsome, whatever you want to be called. Every single one of you. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Recyclic. I don't really stream that much anymore. I should probably get back into that just for the heck of it. What else? I'm also on Twitter if you want to see me complain about nothing every day. I don't really even tweet that much anymore. But if you want to talk to me, that's cool too. I'm around everywhere. Recyclic on literally everything. RECYCHIC. Love all of you. I'll be thinking about you in my dreams. And yeah.
Alrighty. And I just wanted to showcase here this bad boy, which is going to make it onto the wall soon. This is the Winston. What do they call this?
That.
I guess it doesn't have a name on the back here. But anyways, it's the Winston print. And it says, "Always remember, never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be." So that's going to find its way onto my wall here soon. And I just wanted to showcase that from BlizzCon. So, yeah, twitch.tv/Aero of the Storm. And you know what? That's the only thing that really matters for me.
Oh,
I have
cool.
at Warrior Aero on Twitter, but I don't really use it much. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Make sure you pick up on the whatever remaining casts there are for Zul'jin Distillery Invitational later this week, and look out for the playoffs next week. Regen Phoenix in Moon River, I think is the name of our division. First seed, gonna start looking at who we're gonna be playing here next week. So wonder who it'll be.
I do too.
All right, guys, have a good night. Thanks again for joining us.